Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book Curious George, Race Day from 2010. So let's get started. Today, George was helping Professor Wiseman train for a race. George had never coached anyone. It seemed fun and easy. George started running. Wait for me, said the professor. She tried to follow George. But very soon the professor said, I'm tired. Can we stop now? George was puzzled. They had barely begun. George returned home. The man with the yellow hat told him not to give up. He gave George a fitness video. George watched the video. He took many notes. He was ready to coach Professor Wiseman. The next day, George used his notes. First, he and the professor stretched. Then they ran at a steady pace. When the professor got thirsty, George gave her some water. So far, so good. But Professor Wiseman thought running was boring. I should get back to the museum, she said. George did not understand. Running was so much fun. He was curious. Could he make running fun for the professor? The next day, they ran to the Ferris wheel. The museum looked so small from up here, said the professor. Then they ran to more of his favorite places. They ran to the puppet show and to the zoo to see the elephants. They even ran with balloons. One day, the professor outran George. She was ready for the race. On race day, George and the man went to the park. There were so many people there. Runners, take your mark. The whistle blew, and the runner took off. George watched the professor as she ran. It looked like she was having fun. George wanted to see the professor cross the finish line. Suddenly, she stopped running. George was confused. Then the professor surprised George. Will you finish the race with me? She asked. George and the Professor Wiseman ran together across the finish line. She received a medal for finishing the race. The professor thanked George for making exercise fun. She had another surprise for George. She wanted him to have the medal. So that was Curious George Race Day from 2010. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.